Welcome to Mrs. Davis's Happy Place to Grow. Well, it's so close to Thanksgiving, but before we carve the turkey and eat all of our mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce, I can't wait. I thought it would be fun for us to share one last Thanksgiving story together. This one's a silly one. It's a funny one, but it is so sweet. And it definitely brings the idea of what Thanksgiving is all about together in a cute little fiction story. The main character is Tilly. She's described as silly because she does kind of silly things. She doesn't mean to do them, but she is kind of cute and sweet. And in this story, her friends are going to definitely help her out so that they can have a great Thanksgiving dinner together. Thanksgiving is a time to enjoy food, but it's also a time to be with the people that you care about and to share a wonderful evening together. So let's enjoy Silly Tilly's Thanksgiving Dinner by Lillian Hoban. So cozy up, cuddle up, and let's enjoy our final Thanksgiving story together. If I can get to the pages, that is. Here is the beginning of the story. There she is, Tilly Mole. It was Thanksgiving morning. Silly Tilly Mole was in her garden. The leaves were falling all around. Summer is gone, said Tilly. I can't remember where it went. Remember, she is kind of a silly character. A robin flew past. Goodbye, Tilly, he called. Some birds migrate when it's fall. It is cold and I am going south. Mr. Bunny came hopping down the path. He had on a scarf and mittens, and he was pulling earmuffs down over his ears. It gets chilly in the fall, close to Thanksgiving especially, in some places. I am just practicing said Mr. Bunny, in case we get frost tomorrow. You know how they say Jack Frost will come in one morning and paint the whole ground with a crystally ice beautiful scene. Oh dear, said Tilly, I forgot to remember that winter is coming. I forgot to remember Thanksgiving is here. She's definitely described as a silly character, but she's also a little forgetful. Tilly ran down the path to her house. Wait, Mr. Bunny, she called. I have something for you. What do you think she has for him? Do you think it's Thanksgiving related? Let's see. What did you say, Tilly? Yelled Mr. Bunny. I can't hear with these earmuffs on. Yeah, for sure. I said, wait, called Tilly. She turned to look at Mr. Bunny. Uh-oh. She's looking backwards but running forwards. Uh-oh, that could be a problem. Bam! It was. Yeah, she hit the tree. Ouch. She ran bump right into a tree. Her glasses flew off. Mr. Bunny hopped over. Did you say wait? He asked. I know when I lose my glasses, I can't see a thing. I did, said Tilly, but now my glasses are gone and I can't remember why I said it. She's definitely forgetful, but sweet. That's all right, said Mr. Bunny. I'll sit down here and wait for you to remember. Mr. Bunny sat down. Thump. And if you look closely, you can see Mr. Bunny sat right on Tilly's glasses. Oh, that's a problem. Oh boy. At least he's got soft fur down there. Uh-oh, said Mr. Bunny. I think I found your glasses. Oh, thank you, said Tilly. That's it, she cried. I just remembered what I forgot. It is Thanksgiving, and I'm having a Thanksgiving dinner for all of my friends. That's what Thanksgiving is, togetherness, right? Wait, I will get your invitation, Tilly put on her glasses. Now, an invitation is a little note card that tells you that you are to come to, you're invited to a special activity. It gives you the time and the date and the place. Now look at her glasses. They're a little smudgy, a little dirty. She ran into the house, but her glasses were smudged and everything looked foggy. Said Tilly. There's a fog in my house. I can't have fog in my house at Thanksgiving dinner. Tilly opened the window to shoo out the fog, but the fog would not go away. Out you go, fog. But you can't if the fog's on your glasses. She is definitely silly. Tilly, called Mr. Bunny, I'm still waiting for my invitation. Patiently waiting. He's a good friend. Oh dear, said Tilly, I forgot to remember where I put the invitations. And it's so foggy, I can't see where they are. I will get a broom and I will sweep out the fog. She is so funny. Tilly ran to the kitchen to get a broom, but she could not see and she bumped into the stove. Just in time to cook Thanksgiving dinner, said Tilly. She's forgotten again what she's doing. She ran to the cupboard to get pots and pans. I'm kind of like that. Sometimes I'll start a task and then I'll go over here and I'll forget what I was doing over there and I'm just trying to multitask. That's Tilly. But she forgot where she was going and she went to the table to get some cards instead. Here are the invitations, she said. She's just back and forth. Mr. Bunny, she called, here's your invitation. Mr. Bunny hopped up to the door. Maybe she's on the right track now. Let's see. Are they all for me? He asked. Oh dear, said Tilly. I forgot. There's one for Mrs. Squirrel, one for Mr. Woodchuck. Well, you know, they're animal characters. And one for Mr. Chipmunk and some more besides. But I forgot to remember to send them out. Oh no. Oh, what's a host to do? A hostess with the mostest. She forgot the invitations. Oh, that's all right, said Mr. Bunny. I will give them out on my way home. Mr. Bunny looked at the cards. The first card said, now these are a little unusual. They're not the invitations because they don't say the day, the time, the event name. These are recipes. This one says Mrs. Squirrel's Acorn Jam. Mash a bowl of acorns, add a cup of sugar, stir and cook over low heat. Uh-oh. They're not invitations. Wonder what Mr. Bunny's going to do. Let's think. The next card was a recipe for Mr. Woodchuck's pine nut cake. Another recipe, no invitations. That could be a problem if you're trying to have friends over. The next card was the recipe for Mr. Chipmunk's cranberry stew. That sounds good. The next card was a recipe for Mrs. Field Mouse's oat bran pudding. Lots of sweet treats on that menu. The last card was the recipe for Mr. Bunny's sweet potato pie. Yum, yum, said Mr. Bunny. What a great idea. This is going to be the best Thanksgiving dinner. Why do you think he thinks it's a great idea? Let's read on and see what happens next. He's not nervous about the invitations not being invitations. He thinks he's got an idea up his sleeve. Mr. Bunny hopped off to give out the cards. Tilly hurried into the kitchen to start cooking. Now, where are all those recipes? Uh-oh. She's lost the recipes because she gave them to Mr. Bunny, but she didn't realize. Oh boy. She hurried over to her desk, but she could not see. She forgot what she was looking for. Let's see where she goes next. Oh dear, she said, it's getting late and I'm so tired. I'll just sit near the fire and try to remember what I forgot. You know, when you're tired and you sit by the fire, you definitely are going to fall asleep. More than likely not, she's going to fall asleep. Tilly sat down near the fire. She fell asleep. I would too. It's cozy. When she woke up, it was dark. Oh no, and it's Thanksgiving. She's having a party. Almost time for Thanksgiving dinner, she said. Almost time for my guests to arrive. Tilly got up to set the table. A lot of people like to have a beautiful Thanksgiving arrangement on their table with the plates and the special silverware and the pretty napkins and decorations. Oh, dear, she cried, I just remembered what I forgot. It is so foggy I could not see to find the recipes. I never cooked Thanksgiving dinner. Oh no, she's going to be so upset. Tilly started to sniffle. Her eyes filled with tears. Oh, I would be upset too. I know you would. Just then the door flew open. Who's there? Called Tilly. She wiped her feet, she wiped her eyes, and then she wiped her glasses. The fog was gone and she could see. She saw Mrs. Squirrel carrying a bowl of acorn jam. She saw Mr. Woodchuck with a pine nut cake. She saw Mr. Chipmunk with a pot of cranberry stew. Yum, yum. She saw Mrs. Field Mouse with some oat bran pudding, and she saw Mr. Bunny carrying a sweet potato pie. Everyone showed up with their famous recipes already fixed for Thanksgiving. Hey, I think that's a great idea. Instead of one person doing all the cooking, everybody bring their favorite and famous delicious dishes. That makes Thanksgiving a lot easier. Oh, how lovely, cried Tilly. She's so happy and thankful. Now we can have Thanksgiving dinner. Everything worked out. When friends get together and help each other out, it's a fabulous time. Let's see what happens next, because there's a surprise visitor coming. But just as they sat down to eat, they heard gobble, 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 gobble. You know who that is. The front door flew open and in came Mr. Turkey with a bag of corn. They forgot Mr. Turkey. How can you forget the turkey on Thanksgiving? Oh boy, let's see what happens next. Tilly Mole. He is none too happy. Don't you know you can't have Thanksgiving without Mr. Turkey? Gobble, gobble. Oh, Mr. Turkey, said Tilly, everybody knows that. I just forgot to remember to give Mr. Bunny your invitation. He invited his own self because he knows he's supposed to be there. So they all had Thanksgiving dinner. Friends, delicious food, togetherness. It's definitely a great evening, and it all worked out for sweet Tilly. Then they sat around the fire and they sang songs. We are thankful for our friends. We are thankful for our food. Mr. Turkey made his recipe for Mr. Turkey's best ever popcorn. Ooh, that might be something good to eat on Thanksgiving in the evening after you're stuffed up with stuffing and much too much muffins. You might want to enjoy a movie. How about a Christmas movie and some popcorn? Yeah, we got to move on to the next holiday, and that's coming up around the corner too. And everybody said it was the best Thanksgiving ever. I love a happy ending. Even though Tilly had lots of problems, she had lots of situations, everything worked out for her because she's got great friends, and they all worked out together. I tell you, that's definitely what Thanksgiving is all about. Being together, enjoying food and fellowship, helping each other out. All right, I hope you had fun with this silly story and this sweet, precious, happy ending. As always, enjoy that food on your Thanksgiving table and have a silly, funny, and great Thanksgiving.